name is Ellen Beckerman Dinges. I am 76 years old, and I'll be 77 in November. I was born and raised in Houston, Texas, and I never thought I would leave, but in 1999, Kenneth, my sweet husband, took a job as a principal of Foley High School here, and we made a great life here in Alabama. I would describe myself as joyful, adventurous. I love life, and I love my family, of course, most of all. And I love God. This picture of Mike and Gordon Ramsay I put that on our shelf, and my granddaughter Katie thought that it was one of our relatives. I've never had this much free time, and so I'm still trying to figure out what to do with it all. I got a new puppy 8 months ago, so I'm taking care of her every day. That gives me something to do. Day by day, I always have to figure out what to do that day to fill up the time. I'm still trying to figure out who I am most of the time. Kenneth Dinges was the love of my life. He was a very good man, very good husband, very good dad to my kids, and very good grandpa. He loved people and he helped people, and he loved God, and he was a good leader.
Hey, John.
Hey, Grandpa.
Boy, hey.
The neurologist had told us between 6 and 8 years, and it was just about almost 7 years. But I'm in a group online, and I see some of them say that they've been doing it for 12 years or more. You don't know. He retired in 2009, and everything seemed fine. But then in the years following, I just noticed that he wasn't making good decisions. He just seemed off in his rationalization. Like one time he looked right at me, he goes, "Your eyes are such a pretty color blue." And I go, "Well, they're brown." And he goes, "No, they're blue." He used to love to read, and he quit reading. And I would ask him why, and he just couldn't explain it. And he loved to do puzzles, and he would work on it every day, but then he couldn't put any pieces together anymore. And he would just sit there hours trying to figure out where to put a piece of puzzle. So he lost the ability to read and write and really think clearly early on. I took him to the doctor, and the doctor put him through some simple tests, like fold a piece of paper in half, put it on the floor, and who's the president, and things like that. What county do you live in? And he didn't know what county he lived in, and he couldn't fold a piece of paper in half, and just little things like that. So that's when he got diagnosed in 2016. We just took it day by day. It was a strange time. He would put 2 socks on one foot, and I'd look all around for that other sock, and finally realized he had them both on one foot. And I would kind of scold him. I go, "No, you got them both on the same foot." Things like that, and he would get so angry when I corrected him. I thought to myself, I can't do this anymore. I can't do it. He's mean to me. He's not listening to anything I say. And I prayed and prayed about it. I believe it was just prayer that turned it around, because then there came a time, and I'm not sure how it evolved, but all of a sudden, I did not feel that irritability with him anymore. I did not feel that anger. I felt such a deep love for him that was like even more love than I had ever felt before. I just feel like it was the Holy Spirit. And so I didn't get mad at him anymore. I didn't get irritated. And I loved everything that he did and could even laugh about some of the things together. So it really blessed me with the capacity for love that I never felt like I could have. And I felt like he felt that. You know, I told you he lost his wedding ring, and so I bought him another one, and he lost that one. Well, we found this one. But it is hard. And if I didn't have nursing background, I feel like that helped me some. I don't feel like everybody can do it. I had to kind of baby-proof everything. And also, I had to watch that he didn't walk off. There were about 3 times when he walked off, and I had to call the police one time. There was, I don't know, should I talk about this? There was the bad stage of incontinence, because it can be a situation where there's mess all over, and you think, oh my gosh, that's probably the worst of it. And there was a lady that worked at the church, and she said that she could help me out. She cleaned the church, and then she did other jobs too. You know, Miss Patricia. If she could just come, get him dressed in the morning, change his bed, because it was usually soaked. That would give me a time to wake up peacefully, tend to my pets, have a cup of coffee, and then be ready to face the day. I did contact hospice, and so then I had hospice nurses coming in, and they said that he was, you know, he might not have another year. He quit speaking, and he slept more. One morning, he got up before Patricia got there, and he tried to pick up his little breakfast tray, and he stumbled over it. I guess had a bad fall. It looked like he had hit his head. He scraped himself up quite a bit. And she came and she called me, and she kept saying, and he fell. So I ran in there, and he had his arm caught under the table, and he was laying on top of it. So he couldn't get up. She couldn't lift it off, but I got strength that I didn't know I had, and I had to end up, picking his weight up and picking that table up off his arm. By that time, she had called 911, and the paramedics came and got him into bed. He kind of went out of it after that. Christmas was coming up. I just prayed that it wouldn't be on Christmas, but something told me that his mother was going to take him home with her on her birthday, and her birthday was the day after Christmas, the 26th. Mike was here for Christmas, and the grandkids, the kids had just called him the night before, wish him a Merry Christmas on the phone, and we were there to hold his hand, tell him not to be afraid, and then he closed his eyes and went to heaven.